Okay, so I want to take a couple of minutes and review these shoes. The Adidas Matchcourt Mid Advanced. And I mean, aesthetically, I freaking love these shoes. I think they're so sick. Skate-wise, I think that they may be the worst skate shoe ever designed. You got the classical 3-stripe Adidas branding. You got the toe cap, which in my mind actually makes the shoe even nicer. I think it looks kind of stylish. So yeah, aesthetically, I would buy these shoes just to look sleek, to walk around town in my fancy skateboarding shoes that aren't all that good to skate in. Let's talk a bit about the function of these shoes, the functionality. First, some good features. I mean, the toe cap actually does its job. It keeps the shoe intact. It makes the shoe more durable. And I think the toe cap actually gives you a good flick. I really like the flick from this rubber toe cap. And you got the Volk shoe. It's pretty soft. But that's it for the good parts. And now brace for impact, Adidas, because now I'm going to talk a bit about the poor choices that you made when designing this shoe. First of all, the lacing. Check it out. As you can see, the lacing actually becomes wider further down the shoe. And this means that the lacing is at its widest where you have your flick area, around here. With this design choice, Adidas, why did you do it? You rip your laces every freaking time. I mean, every time. The first time I skated these shoes, I ripped my laces. The second time, yeah, I ripped my laces. I mean, this is your flick area. You don't want your shoelaces where you are flicking. I have actually tried to tie my shoelaces from these holes, avoiding these holes altogether. But, and yeah, that works better. But I mean, why do it like this? I mean, this is probably just a design choice that makes the shoe totally less functional. Adidas do send additional shoelaces, one extra set, but I mean, they should have sent like 20 packages of shoelaces, because you rip them every time. Alternative to this shoe is the Nike All Court shoe. That actually looks quite similar to this shoe, with more narrow lacing of the shoe. Now the worst part, and the really stupid part of this shoe design. You have the classical 3-stripe branding, right? And that's cool. I mean, the stripes, they're made of some kind of synthetic leather, I think. As you can see, they are purely cosmetic. No real protection here from your grip tape. That's okay. It's only design, right? Wrong. This piece of synthetic leather is like the only thing protecting this shoe at this area. Because behind this white stripe, you find a hole. I'm not kidding. You will find a hole. Because for some reason, Adidas made the choice of separating two layers, or not two layers, two parts of the sway here. So here you have one piece of sway, here you have another piece of sway, and between them there's nothing. This one actually hides an open seam. Well, technically it's not open because you have the stitching of the seam here. So this is actually a seam that is holding the suede together. I mean, everyone that has a clue about skateboarding knows that this area, this is attacked by your grip tape. For me, my ollies wear and tear around here, and I mean, this piece of thin leather or synthetic leather, whatever it is. When you have worn through this, it takes me like 2 days. On the other side, you have a hole, an open seam. So I guess they were thinking like, hey, we're gonna put this white stripe here, covering the hole in the shoe. I mean, this is so ridiculous. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you have used these shoes for like a week. I have actually used this shoe for maybe 10 days. First of all, the lacing. Yeah. I mean, I have exchanged these laces multiple times and it's just shreds. But of course, this part here, I mean, look at it. Behind this thin piece of synthetic leather, I mean, the sway is in 2 parts here. And underneath you have some soft textile. It's actually, I don't know if you can see this now, you cannot see that, but it's like 1 millimeter textile fabric of some kind behind it. So this piece of white stripe is actually the only protection at an area that is so brutally attacked by your grip tape. I mean, many of you probably have your ollies around here, and this piece of flimsy synthetic leather is the only protection, because behind it there's a hole. This is not damage. It is done like this. Everyone involved in skateboarding know that this is the area where you need the most protection. Not a freaking open hole. Not an area where 2 pieces of suede aren't glued or stitched together. This is totally unforgivable. Don't take me wrong, I love Adidas. I have skated a bunch of Adidas skate shoes. This is just such a cocktail of bad decisions, Adidas. Don't take me wrong, I love Adidas. I've skated a bunch of Adidas shoes. But I mean, this shoe, who designed it this way? That person cannot have a clue about skating. And I mean, look, it says right here, Adidas skateboarding. What happened? Because if a person that has any clue about skateboarding is involved in the designing process of a shoe, they won't have a solution like this. Hey, yeah, we're gonna put a hole right where people have their ollies, and I'm gonna cover it with a piece of paper. Paperish material. This shoe is not a waste of money. I would buy it purely because it's a great looking shoe. Would probably buy this even if I didn't skate. But I do skate, and this shoe is useless because of that white stripe being the only kind of protection right here. So yeah, Adidas, I don't know what happened. How did you screw up this badly? Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, subscribe, like, and have an awesome day. See you. Please sponsor me, Adidas.
Dad? Dad?
Sponsor me, Adidas. I really like your shoes. Sorry for the bad review.
Hello, Dad.
Buy these shoes, people, because I did. Lots of them. I really like them, I think. So yeah, I buy too many shoes. Okay, what the hell happened? I filmed a review where I came down pretty hard on the features of these shoes, and since then I have bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new pairs of the exact same shoe as I totally dissed in the review. So what happened? Well, what happened was that I actually changed my mind, and no one from Adidas did send me a big bag of money. That being said, if someone from Adidas ever should watch this review, then feel free to do so. But I mean, I actually changed my mind. What happened was that I actually discovered that I really enjoyed skating in the shoes, and that I managed to overlook these faults and focus more on the good features of the shoes. So I'm going to revisit some of the things I told you about these shoes, and I have sort of a new perspective and maybe a couple of solutions of those problems. And one thing that I mentioned in my review as a good feature was this rubber toe cap. And I have changed my mind. It's not good, it's freaking marvelous. I'm actually still skating my first pair of Adidas Matchcourts, and the rubber toe cap is still intact. I mean, you got wearage, of course, but no holes, and it's pretty much indestructible, and it makes the shoe super durable. So yeah, the rubber toe cap, big plus. And I also really like the flick you get with this rubber toe cap, and for me that is important. I sometimes struggle with my regular kickflip. I'm not sure why. I'm not having any problem with the backside flip, the varial flip or the half cab flip, but with the regular kickflip I sometimes struggle with the flick. And for me this rubber toe cap actually helps. And I remember having one of those days when I couldn't kickflip if my life depended on it. I came back in, I had skated like an hour, I needed to fetch some water, and I was tired. My feet were really sore, so I changed shoes, and I switched from my FDS to my Adidas Matchcourts. I went back outside and boom, the kickflip was back instantly. And I mean, I know what you're thinking, it could have just been a big coincidence, and that the kickflip could have returned even without the Matchcourts, but that still doesn't change the fact that I really like the flick feeling that this rubber toe cap provides. So yeah, another thing I mentioned in my review was the problem with the lacing, and I rip my laces quite often. Nothing has really changed there. I still rip my laces often, maybe not every time, but maybe every third skate session. And I have been thinking about gluing the laces, but I have never really bothered. I mean, shoelaces comes pretty cheap. And now to the worst part that I mentioned in my review, and that is of course the pre-existing hole in the shoe that Adidas felt wise to cover with a piece of paper. Sorry, a piece of paper, thin leatherish material. And what I discovered that when I had worn through that piece of paper, sorry, leatherish material, I got the hole in the shoe, but I also discovered that the hole didn't grow bigger all that quickly. It went rather slowly. It was almost like the hole was in part protected by the surrounding sheets of suede. But eventually the hole grew too big and it became a problem, and I think it's wise to pre-glue that stripe. And I have used not shoe glue. I know many skaters use shoe glue, but if you want a friendly alternative to shoe glue, this is something called All-Star gum. And it's basically the same as shoe glue, but with less toxic solvents and chemicals. So you don't need to put on your hazmat suit for applying this product. And you can see it's barely visible. You can see it, but I mean, these are skate shoes. They won't stay pretty forever. And I think that this piece of All-Star gum here at the stripe will buy you some additional protection at this vital area. So yeah, I highly recommend that you either use shoe glue or something similar like All-Star gum and apply that to this area. So yeah, sorry, I really changed my mind, and I mean that sometimes happens, but I never thought of the idea to publish my review knowing that it no longer reflected the way I felt about the product. So therefore I filmed this part. So I hope you found it somewhat informative and not confusing. me first totally dissing a product and then liking it, sort of. But leave a like, give me that thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, and recommend it to your friends if they are interested in the Adidas Matchcourt skate shoe, because I actually recommend this shoe for skating. So yeah, hope you're out and having an awesome time skating.